Switch: How to Change Things When Change is Hard by Chip Heath and Dan Heath. Switch by Chip and Dan Heath tackles the fundamental challenge of change, explaining why it's so hard and how to make it easier. The authors introduce the rider and elephant analogy, representing our rational and emotional minds, respectively. They argue that successful change requires appealing to both, alongside shaping the environment. This book provides a practical framework and actionable strategies to overcome resistance and achieve lasting personal and organizational transformation, focusing on clear direction, emotional motivation, and an enabling path. Now, let's go through some pairs of questions and answers to understand the core ideas of the book. First, the rational rider needs clear direction. Ambiguity paralyzes it. The rider represents our rational, analytical mind, which thrives on clarity and purpose. When faced with a vague goal, the rider overthinks and gets stuck, leading to inaction. Providing crystal clear instructions and a defined destination helps the rider understand exactly what needs to be done, overcoming this paralysis and enabling forward movement. Second, the emotional elephant needs motivation and feeling. Logic alone isn't enough for change. The elephant embodies our emotional, intuitive side, which possesses immense power but can be resistant to change. Logic rarely sways the elephant. Instead, it responds to feelings, stories, and a sense of purpose. To initiate change, you must appeal to the elephant's heart, making the change feel desirable and exciting, not just rationally necessary. This emotional connection provides the energy needed to move. Third, make the desired change easier by shaping the environment and reducing obstacles. Even with a clear direction for the rider and motivation for the elephant, change can fail if the path is too difficult. Shaping the path means altering the environment to make the desired behavior easier and the undesirable one harder. This could involve changing physical surroundings, social norms, or processes to remove friction and facilitate the switch, ensuring the journey is smooth. Fourth, look for existing successes, no matter how small, and clone them. When faced with a problem, our natural tendency is to analyze what's broken. The bright spots approach flips this, urging us to identify what's working, even in imperfect situations. By studying and replicating these existing successes, we can bypass endless analysis and implement proven solutions, leveraging existing strengths and resources. This provides immediate, tangible examples of what's possible and reduces uncertainty. Fifth, don't just set goals, define specific, actionable behaviors. Vague goals like eat healthier or be more productive don't provide the rider with clear instructions. Scripting the critical moves means breaking down the desired change into concrete, unambiguous actions. For instance, eat healthier becomes eat one piece of fruit with breakfast every day. This clarity empowers the rider, reduces decision fatigue, and makes the initial steps less daunting. Sixth, provide a vivid, clear picture of the desired outcome to inspire the elephant. The elephant needs to know where it's going and why it should care. Painting a compelling picture of the desired future state, what success looks, feels, and sounds like, energizes the emotional side. This isn't just about logic. It's about creating an emotional connection to the destination, making it a place the elephant truly wants to reach. A strong vision overcomes inertia. Seventh, make the change feel small and manageable to overcome fear and resistance. Large, daunting changes can overwhelm both the rider and the elephant, leading to procrastination or outright avoidance. By shrinking the change, we break it down into tiny, non-threatening steps. This reduces the perceived effort and risk, making it easier to start and build momentum, even if the ultimate goal remains significant. Small wins build confidence for bigger ones. Eighth, cultivate a growth mindset, believing abilities can be developed through dedication. A fixed mindset believes abilities are static, leading to avoidance of challenges and resistance to change. A growth mindset, conversely, believes abilities can be developed through effort and learning, making individuals more resilient and open to new behaviors. Fostering this belief is crucial for embracing new challenges and overcoming setbacks, as it reframes challenges as opportunities for improvement. Ninth, make desired actions easier and undesired actions harder through physical or social cues. Our environment profoundly influences our choices, often without us realizing it. Tweaking the environment means strategically altering physical spaces, social structures, or default options to nudge behavior in the desired direction. For example, placing healthy snacks prominently makes them easier to choose, while hiding unhealthy ones makes them harder to access. This reduces the reliance on willpower. 10. Automate desired behaviors through repetition until they become second nature. Habits are powerful because they bypass the need for conscious decision-making, reducing the writer's fatigue and the elephant's resistance. By consistently repeating a desired action, especially when linked to a cue, it eventually becomes automatic. This frees up mental energy and makes the change sustainable in the long run, embedding it into daily life without constant effort. Now, some reflective questions for you. What daily cue can I link to a new habit I want to form? How can I make my new habit so easy to start that I can't say no? What is one habit I can automate or ritualize this week? 11th, leverage the power of social influence and peer pressure for change. Humans are social creatures, heavily influenced by the actions and beliefs of those around them. Rallying the herd means engaging others to support the change, creating a sense of shared purpose and social proof. When people see others adopting a new behavior, they are more likely to follow suit, making the change feel normal and acceptable. This collective momentum can be a powerful force. 12th, focus on what's working and how to amplify it, rather than dwelling on problems. Our brains are wired to identify problems, but this can lead to analysis paralysis or a feeling of hopelessness. Shifting focus to solutions means actively seeking out existing successes, even small ones, and understanding the conditions that created them. This positive framing empowers the writer by providing clear models and motivates the elephant by showing that progress is possible, fostering optimism and action. 13th, create a feeling that change is necessary now to motivate action. Without a sense of urgency, the elephant is content to stay in its comfort zone, and the writer sees no immediate need to act. Urgency isn't about panic, it's about highlighting the compelling reasons why change cannot wait. This can involve showing the negative consequences of inaction or the immediate benefits of starting, providing a critical push to overcome inertia and begin the process. 14th, acknowledge and address emotions. Suppressing them leads to resistance. The elephant's emotions are a powerful force in change. Trying to suppress or ignore them is counterproductive, often leading to resentment, passive resistance, or eventual backsliding. Instead, acknowledge the fear, anxiety, or discomfort associated with change. By validating these emotions, you can then gently guide the elephant towards a new perspective, rather than trying to force it, building trust and cooperation. 15th, a clear, inspiring vision of the future guides and motivates. A compelling vision acts as a beacon for both the rider and the elephant. For the rider, it provides a clear destination and purpose, reducing confusion. For the elephant, it sparks hope and excitement, making the journey worthwhile and energizing. This vision should be specific enough to be understood, but broad enough to allow for flexibility and individual contribution, creating a shared sense of purpose. 16th, connect the change to who people are or want to become. People are more likely to embrace change when it aligns with their sense of self or their desired identity. Tapping into the elephant's identity means framing the change not just as an action, but as an expression of values or a step towards becoming a better version of oneself. For example, thinking, "I am a healthy person," rather than "I need to diet," makes the change feel intrinsic and sustainable. 17th, Use specific cues to prompt desired actions automatically. Triggers are essential for habit formation and consistent action. A trigger is an environmental cue or an existing routine that signals it's time to perform a specific behavior. For example, after I brush my teeth, trigger, I will meditate for 5 minutes, action. This reduces the need for willpower and makes the action more likely, shifting it from a conscious decision to an automatic response. 18th, design systems and processes that make success the default. Many systems are inadvertently designed to make failure easy or even inevitable. Building for success means proactively designing environments, processes, and choices where the desired outcome is the path of least resistance. This could involve removing tempting options, automating good choices, or setting up defaults that align with the goal, making the right choice the easy choice without constant effort. 19th, give the writer a precise, unambiguous goal to pursue. The writer, our rational mind, needs a destination to navigate effectively. A clear mission is a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART goal that leaves no room for interpretation. This eliminates confusion and provides the writer with a tangible target, allowing it to strategize effectively rather than wandering aimlessly or getting bogged down in indecision. Clarity is power for the writer. 20th, acknowledge and celebrate progress to keep the elephant motivated. The elephant thrives on positive reinforcement and recognition. Celebrating small wins, even tiny steps forward, provides the emotional boost needed to sustain motivation over the long haul. These celebrations don't have to be grand. A simple acknowledgement, a moment of appreciation, or a small reward can reinforce the desired behavior and encourage the elephant to continue, preventing burnout and increasing persistence. 21. All successful change, personal or organizational, leverages the writer, elephant, and path. The core insight of Switch is that every attempt of change, whether it succeeds or fails, can be understood through the lens of directing the rational writer, motivating the emotional elephant, and shaping the surrounding path. This framework isn't just a theory, it's a practical diagnostic tool. By identifying which of these 3 elements is lacking, individuals and leaders can pinpoint the specific interventions needed to make change happen effectively and sustainably. 22. Overcoming resistance requires addressing both our rational-emotional divide and environmental obstacles. The book teaches that difficulty in change stems from 2 main sources: the internal struggle between our logical writer and our emotional elephant, and the external friction created by our environment. The writer can overthink, the elephant can resist, and the path can be full of obstacles. True mastery of change involves understanding and strategically addressing all these factors, rather than just relying on willpower or logic alone, which are often insufficient to drive lasting transformation. Action plan. Next steps. Identify one bright spot in a challenging area of your life and try to replicate its success this week. Choose one desired change and script the critical moves for the first 24 hours, making actions concrete and clear. Tweak the environment by removing one obstacle or adding one facilitator for a desired behavior in your daily routine. Reflect on a current goal and identify whether your writer, elephant, or path needs more attention, then plan an intervention. Find a small win related to a change you want to make and celebrate it genuinely to motivate your elephant for future progress.